Hello all and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chandramani Pandey. In this module, I will be covering Intune Introduction. Let's start with this module. In this Intune Introduction module, we are going to talk about what is device management, why we need device management, what is on-prem device management versus cloud-based device management, what is Intune, advantages of Intune, what can be managed with Intune, device management lifecycle as well as application management lifecycle, Intune architecture, and what all operating systems and browsers are supported by Intune, and last but not the least, Intune requirements. So device management is the process of managing the implementation, operation and maintenance of a physical and a virtual device. Device could be a laptop, desktop, Android, iOS or Mac. In an organization, key task of a device administrator is to protect and secure an organizational resources and data on the device. User can receive and send email from personal account. They can browse websites from home and from anywhere from the world. They can install and uninstall applications and other softwares on their device and can also change the device configuration as per their requirement. As a device administrator, our goal is to protect company resources and provide ease access of user to access their many devices all at the same time. Device management enables organization to protect and secure their resources and data from different devices. Using a device management tool, organization can make sure that only authorized user and devices get access to the company resource. So now question is, why organization need a device management tool? So very simple answer to this question is that with the help of device management tool, admin can enroll a device, admin can configure a device as per the company standards. Organization can enforce the policy and ensure that the user can securely access the resources and data. With device management tool, admin can perform a remote action like resetting the data, rebooting the device, synchronizing the policy to enforce the deployment policy as soon as possible. Administrator can deploy and manage application on the devices. They can deploy patches so that system is up to date and free from vulnerabilities. Admin can create different types of report and take action based on those reports. Device management tool is also helping in asset management and auditing. Now we know that what is device management, but we should keep in mind that user can use devices within company network as well as outside the company network. So as an admin, we should know what kind of device we are going to manage and accordingly plan to implement device management tool. In market, we have two types of device management tool available. The very first one is a on-premises device management tool, which is a traditional and old way of managing devices in which admin can only manage the device which are in corporate network. Another type of device management tool is a cloud-based device management tool in which infrastructure is hosted in cloud and admin can manage both off-prem and on-premises devices. When we talk about on-prem device management, we need to build off on-prem infrastructure, which is a time-consuming process. Managing device over the internet is a challenge. User need a VPN solution to connect on-prem resources when they are at home. User can only use company issued devices or a domain joined devices to access the company resources. But when we talk about cloud-based device management tool, this is the easiest and fastest way to build infra for managing the device. This helps admin to manage the device over the internet as well as intranet. This will remove the dependency of VPN solution. So company no need to implement any VPN solution if they want to manage the device over internet. No on-prem infrastructure required, and user can use their own devices to access the company resources. And by implementing cloud-based device management tool, company can save a lot of money, so because they no need to build and manage the on-premises infrastructure. Let's talk about Intune. So Intune is a device management tool, and this is a Microsoft product. It's a cloud-based device solution that focuses on mobile device management to manage the device, and the mobile application management to manage the application installed on the devices. Microsoft Intune is a part of Microsoft Enterprise Mobility Plus Security. In short, we call it as the EMS suite. Intune integrates with Azure Active Directory, which is a cloud-hosted Active Directory, to control who has or who can access the data and what they can access. With Intune as a device management tool, admin can go with 100% cloud-based device management or be cloud managed with configuration manager and Intune. So configuration manager is again a device management tool and a Microsoft product, and it's an on-prem device management tool. With Intune, admin can set rules and configuration settings on personal as well as organization owned device to access data. Admin can deploy an authenticate app on the devices. Admin can protect company information by controlling the way user access and share the information. Admin can also be sure that device and apps are compliant with the company security requirements. Let's understand the advantage of Intune. When we talk about Intune to manage device, there are mainly three players involved. These are organization who is going to implement the Intune, admin who is going to manage the Intune, and the user who is going to use the device and the company resources. So each player is getting a different advantage. With respect to organization advantage, organization can protect the company resources. They can allow or deny user access using conditional access. They can control that device from one web console, so no need to buy additional infrastructure. It's a cost effective and a quickest way to build an infrastructure. They can enforce the compliance and configuration policies, so the device is always compliant with respect to vulnerabilities and all. Gives employee access to the business app when they are at home, so user will be more productive, and can generate an organization report and take action accordingly. Admin can manage the devices application from a single console. They can also manage user. They can deploy the patches and manage it. They can configure device configuration, printer, network drive, etc. They can create and deploy compliance policies. Admin can generate an operational report, and based on that report they can take a remediation plan. Admin can perform a remote action like resetting the device, synchronizing the policies, force reboot, or unenroll non-compliant device remotely. Admin can also perform a proactive remediation based on the operational reporting. With respect to user advantage, user is going to be more productive because they are going to access the resources from anywhere in the world. User can use their own device to access the company resources. So in the last slide, we talked about device management lifecycle. In the same way, application also have a lifecycle which begins when an application is added in the environment and progresses through additional phases until you remove the application. When applications are managed in Intune, administrator can add and assign apps to the user and groups and a device group. Administrator can configure apps to start or run with a specific setting enabled and update existing already installed application on the device. Administrator can report which application are installed and used and can track their usage. Administrator can remotely wipe organizational only data from the app. The very first step in application lifecycle management is to add the apps which you want to manage. After adding, we have to deploy the app through Intune. You can then assign it to users or devices or a group of user or device. You can customize the deployment based on your requirement. Then admin need to configure the apps as part of app lifecycle. New versions of an applications are all regularly released by the vendor. For an example, Google Chrome vendor is releasing 2 to 3 version every month. So it's a responsibility of administrator to upgrade their old version to the new version. Intune provides admin an easy way to update the apps that you have deployed to a newer version. Additionally, you can configure extra application functionality during upgrade. Application protection is a very important step in application lifecycle management because this helps admin to protect the app. There are many ways you can protect the application, like using conditional access, which controls access to email and other services based on the condition that admin is going to specify. Another way is to use application protection policy. App protection policy helps admin to protect the company data that they use. Consider an example where you want to restrict copying data between unmanaged app and the app that you are managing, or you want to prevent app from running on a device that have been non-compliant or a jailbroken or a rooted. Finally, the last step in is to retire an application when it is not needed. Admin can retire the application that is outdated and need to be removed. Intune make it very easy to uninstall an application from Intune portal. Let's discuss about Intune architecture. As we know that Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based device management solution, so that is hosted on a cloud platform, right? So in this case, Microsoft Azure is a cloud service provider and Microsoft Intune is a Microsoft product. In the same way, Azure Active Directory is another service which is hosted in Microsoft Azure cloud. So now you can see here that as an admin, you are going to create policies and deployment using web console. So when you're going to create an application or an deployment or a configuration profile, this app portal or a web portal is connected or is synchronized with Microsoft Intune via Graph API. So whatever you're going to create here in the web control is finally going to save in the Microsoft Intune backend services. So user can configure the device. Okay, so you can see that this device is enrolled in Intune and this device is now receiving all the policies which as an admin we are creating. Okay, so what is happening here is that as an admin you are going to create an application using the Graph API. This application is going to create in the Microsoft Intune's backend services, and from there machine is going to fetch all those information, and or Microsoft Intune is going to deploy or push all these configuration files and application to the device so that device can receive and take the action accordingly. Okay, now you can see here that we have a SaaS application or an Office 365 application which is again going to sync or get the authentication or authorization using Azure Active Directory as an identity provider. So whenever a user is going to use any software and service application or an Office 365 application, what is going to happen here is that this user is going to access this policy or application, then this application is going to check against Microsoft Azure Active Directory to get the authentication and authorization, and if the user is authorized or an authenticated user, then the user can access those application and all. Now we know that Microsoft Intune and Azure Active Directory we can configure or we can deploy the conditional access. So let's say you as an admin created a configuration profile and you deployed on the device. Now the client's profile is showing as a non-compliant and you created a conditional access to give authentication only when the device is compliant. Now your device is not compliant. Okay, so Microsoft Azure Active Directory know that this device X or Y is a non-compliant device, and so that they are not going to allow user to access the resource, or they are not going to authenticate on the user. Okay, same way with other apps like App Store, Google Play, or so if you are using any of this app, again the same process. User is using any of the app, they are going to use this app. This app is going to connect again with the identity provider, in this case the Azure Active Directory, to get the authentication and authorization. If Azure Active Directory is going to authenticate and authorize after checking conditional access, then our user is able to use that application, otherwise not going to use that application. So this is a kind of secured. Microsoft Intune is saying that user can access any data, okay, any corporate data over internet securely, because they know that whatever managed app user is going to manage is managed directly or indirectly by the Microsoft Azure Active Directory. So hope you understand what I'm trying to explain you in this Intune architecture diagram. Let's talk about Intune supported operating system and browser. Now we know that Intune is a device management tool and it is going to manage the device. With Intune, we can manage Windows device, could be a laptop or desktop. We can also manage Android device, Mac device and iOS device. So there are some features which requires a specific Windows version. Like Windows Autopilot is a feature of Microsoft Intune, which is only supporting Windows 10 and 11 and is not for Windows Server. Intune can also manage all the popular browsers currently available in market. Intune supported browsers are Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer, or a third-party browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, or Safari for Mac devices. So before implementing Intune, we must know the Intune requirement. So we need a enterprise mobility plus security EMS license or Microsoft Intune standalone subscription. We need to configure device scope based on the requirement. It could be a MDM scope for device management or MAM scope for application management. We need Microsoft 365 subscription for app office apps and app protection policy for managed app. We need a Apple APN certificate. So this is required to enable iOS device platform management. If you are not going to manage iOS device through Intune, this is not required. We need to install and configure Azure AD Connect. So this is a connector which is required for on-premises Azure Active Directory synchronization with your Azure AD, so that user can use and leverage the advantage of modern device management platform. We need to install and configure Intune certificate connectors. This is required for SCP certificate deployment. We need to install and configure ODJ connector. So this is a requirement to join a machine which is on internet during Windows Autopilot. In case you want to perform a hybrid Azure AD join Autopilot. I hope this is an informative video for you. Thank you very much for watching this video.